Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox coming to you today with a review for Power Book 2 Ghost Season 2, Episode 2. All these twos, y'all, what that mean? Anyway, you guys, the review. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show opens with Tariq dreaming. All right, and who's always in his dream but Kane? I say, isn't it funny that Kane always visits him in his dreams and not his damn daddy? Okay, but that lets you know the person that he looked up to the most. And Kane is trying to tell him that you know what you need to do, nigga. You need to get rid of that damn phone. That is the last connection that he has to his mom. Yes, we know that, but also that phone, the police have that phone and they gonna be trying to track and figure out who had that phone, where it came from. So it's time to get rid of it. Tariq is having a hard time doing that. And then there's a knock at the door and it's the police. You know, it's a Detective Important. I don't even know what the fuck his name is, but he is going to quickly get on my nerves. He is just so self-important, self-righteous. You know, Tariq, put your clothes on and come with me. Nigga, we don't just bust in houses and tell people to just come with them without a reason, okay? I'll let you know when we get down to the station with an attitude and everything. You know, Tariq was just like, whatever. We get down to the station and they got Yasmin, honey. Granny was drunk driving and got arrested. So he's down there, you know, and he goes to see his granny, like, Granny, what was you thinking? And she was just like I told y'all last week, right? Granny stressed the fuck out. Everybody gone, her daughter gone, she's stuck raising this child. She's already raised her damn kids, okay? All this stress, you in and out. Okay, I should have a drink if I want to. Well, yeah, you should be able to have a drink when you want to, but you shouldn't be driving and possibly killing people on the road, including yourself or your granddaughter. And now that you done got out there and was drinking and driving with your granddaughter in the car, now we're going to take your granddaughter because you don't have good judgment. All right. So now Yasmin is about to be a part of the system. And of course, Tariq doesn't want this, but he was, he was fearing that something like this would happen. I can't believe that they would let Tasha go and not take her damn daughter. Like, is that how witness protection works? That you supposed to leave your child, like your young child, behind like that? What if the grandmother wasn't there? Would she have gone into foster care? Like, that's a flawed system. You know, this little girl couldn't know nothing. She needs to be with her mother. Anyway, they take her. Overly Dedicated is there, you know, and he's trying to calm Tariq down. And, you know, Tariq, first of all, was like, why the fuck are you even here? And Overly Dedicated was like, well, you know, I work with Davis now. So, you know, but don't worry about that. We're going to get this taken care of. You know, this is the best case scenario. But it ain't the best case scenario because Yasmin's about to be in the system. So now Tariq has something else to worry about. When he finally talks to Davis, he lets Davis know that he ain't feeling Overly Dedicated working there. And Davis was just like, oh, well, you know what? It's too bad. We got the white boy. He gonna help us out. You know, if you really trying to get Yasmin back and, you know, he trying to get in touch with Tasha and all that, you gonna need a whole lot of money. And you're going to need somebody with influence, really, because otherwise you're going to have a hard time getting any of the things that you want done. So all this is going on. You know, Tariq always has the weight of the world on this show. This poor thing, only 19 years old, trying to be in college and all this shit going on. He go back to his dorm and Mel Gibson's there mad. Where the fuck you been? I've been taking care of family business. Okay? Where the drugs at? Well, Mel left them in his family's garage in the car. What, are you crazy? Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine there. It's safe there. Okay, but what else did you want me to do? All right. Well, Tariq still got shit to handle with his family. So he gonna leave Mel in charge of doing whatever he needs to do to make sure that them drugs get out there. Okay, and Mel's like, you believe in me like that? Yep. Tariq don't really have much choice. Jumping over to Kane get a text from old boy. I still don't know what the man name is. We find out later his name is Dante, but at this point I still didn't know. I was just like old boy in my notes. He tells him to meet him at the spot. So he goes to old boy's house. And, you know, old boy was just like, so what is it that you're trying to prove? Like, you know, you being in that hangar and getting them drugs and all that could have turned out a certain kind of way. And Kane was like, look, I've been raised by the streets. Okay, I was part of the game before I was even born. Like, I got to be knowing exactly what I'm getting myself into, what's going on. You know, that's just how I operate. Okay, me and my siblings, brother and sister, we all was raised by the game. So that's just how he moves. And then old boy sees on the monitor that the other boy from GTG, that's the one that Kane was with when he got the text message, he's down in the lobby. And old boy was like, what the fuck is he doing here? And Kane was like, I didn't tell him to come here. He must have followed me. So now old boy is upset. So he lets him come up there. And this fool come in the house, you know, with his phone out, social media. Hey, you know how GTG, they love to be on social media. Oh, shit, you guys should see this here. You know, this real nice and all this. Child, old boy ain't got the patience for that bullshit. So while he getting GTG together, you know, break his arm, break his fingers for coming up there, and does it all in front of Kane, just so you can get the message that I am not one to play with. You're going to have to be way more careful doing shit like that. Somebody like him could just follow you here and you didn't even realize it. Okay, so fuck it. I ain't dealing with you no more either. So he tells Kane to get the hell up out of his house. I said, Kane, you done let this fool mess up your damn good time. He tell Kane he ain't ready for this. So now old boy ain't got nothing to do with Kane. Now, let's jump over to Councilman Tate. You know, he wants to be in this political game. He's talking to Simon, and he needs some dirt on Sweeney. And Simon was like, no. You barking up the wrong tree. I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You need to go on and try to be a teacher, okay? Maybe look into the conical studies program over at Stansfield. And yeah, I heard that they could take a teacher right now, you know, an ethics teacher. And why not Rashad Tate? I was just like, out of all of the people, you guys want a politician to teach an ethics class. Where is so much irony in that. But he takes him up on his offer. Now, I don't know how it is you can just go to the school and say you want to teach a class, and then they say, okay. But I mean, I guess because Simon had told him to go there, maybe Simon had already given his blessing on it. But next thing we know, he's at the school. He's talking to Milgram. She don't want to hear it. She's not impressed, but he's telling her how he's about to be the new teacher. And she was just like, oh, so they just trade in one black man as an ethics teacher and bring in another one? Like, yeah, I don't really think so. Again, a politician as a damn ethics teacher. She ain't liking this one bit, but it don't look like Milgram got too much say these days. Now, at the same time, while Milgram is trying to get this class off the ground, we see Detective Important going to confront Milgram's sponsor. You know, why do you know Milgram? Okay, are you guys, she talks to you so much on the phone, are you guys working together on a criminal enterprise? And the damn lady was like, what? He was just like, why is it, you need to tell me. Listen, Detective Important, I know you think you're important. I know you think you should know everything, but this is not how you approach people. But he scares the lady enough, you know, and says that he, I guess, gonna take her down to the same child. I don't know what he tell her. She was just like, I am her sponsor. But he don't want to hear that. He want to know what was her relationship with Jabari Reynolds. And what could she do? I mean, Detective Important was all up in her fucking face. You know, she had to. So next thing we know, she come texted Milgram while she in class saying that, yeah, I can't be your sponsor anymore. Called her like 5 times, but of course Milgram was in class, so she couldn't answer. You know, we in class and they have a regular discussion on selflessness and selfishness and selflessness and, you know, whatever. All the kids toss around ideas. Of course, it's always something that Tariq can grab, you know, some sort of anecdote to fix or help him in the situation that he is at the time. All right, whatever. After the class is over, he goes and talks to Tate. But right when he's about to have a conversation with Tate, then here comes Detective Important. I said, this motherfucker is everywhere, ain't he? He come in there, Tariq, I need to talk to you. Again, Detective Important. I mean, I didn't think that anybody could get on my nerves more than Overly Dedicated, but honey, Detective Important is already taking that place, okay? Just demanding, coming in. Yeah, we're going to be glad when something bad happens to Detective Important. So now Tariq goes with him to another room, and Detective Important is still wanting to, you know, he's still trying to figure out this Jabari situation, okay? Did you know Jabari? Did you know anything was going on with him and anybody, you know? Do you remember the last conversations that he had? Was there any tensions on the campus? Was he having a problem with anybody? I know that he was involved with Milgram. Well, when he said Milgram, of course, Tariq was like, oh, the light bulb went off. Like, oh, somebody I could blame it on. Okay? She get on our fucking nerves, always wanting to know Tariq's business anyway. So he was just like, you know what? now that you say it, now that I think about it, yeah, it looked like Jabari and Milgram, they did kind of have a heated conversation. People did know that they was involved at one time, so, you know, and that seems to be enough for Detective Important. You know, he just needed a little something, and Tariq gave it to him. So I guess that's the angle. He's going to now frame Milgram. I mean, damn it, we don't want to frame nobody, but better you than me, right? Now, jumping over to Zeke, we see Zeke, he is entering himself into the draft. He has a press conference there, and he tells everybody there that he's 100% focused on basketball now, okay? And then when it's over, he was just like, Auntie, you think I'm ready for this? And, you know, she was just like, you ain't got no choice, boy. This is what it is, okay? And then she gonna say, are you sure all that stuff that was in your background is done? No, he ain't sure it's all done, because you done threw this out here all out the blue when all this shit is going on. It's still all that going on in the background, okay? Including Milgram, that's still kind of sniffing around the ding. So, Auntie, I don't know what's wrong with her, but she just... she ain't realistic about certain things, now is she? But now you want to pressure the boy. Anyway, when Auntie and Diane, they leave the press conference, and she goes back to the business. You know, she's got to get these windows replaced. You know, they got to get back business as usual. Diane goes on and pleads her case that she wants to, you know, she's been running the numbers and she's been keeping track of it on a program on her iPad. And you know what? She's good at numbers and she's good. She wants to be an accountant. Let her go to school. Let her get her master's. You know, this is going to be good for Zeke when they be on the road with him. And, you know, he could hire her as her accountant, you know, as a family member. She going to make sure she take care of him, all this. And, honey, you ain't never gonna be able to play that one on Auntie. You guys already know she old mean ass cock blocking bitch. She was just like, you ain't, you know, not trying to get any closer to Tariq. She will never let that happen. She was like, besides, you not that kind of girl. Like, you can't be going to school and all that. That's not where you from. You know, basically, you're going to be in this damn family life forever. At least until Auntie can get them out so they can be riding on Zeke's coattails. Even Auntie is a whole bunch of contradictions her damn self. She's just awful. She's awful. She's so unsupportive of her kids. I'm trying to figure out if I even like Auntie. I really don't think I do. But anyway, while she's talking and reprimanding and chastising Diane as usual, she keeps hearing, can you stand the rain? You know, going by her window and a car blasting it real loud. You know, she looks out the window and she like looks wistful and she's thinking of something. We think that she's thinking about her husband, okay? I was like, oh, Auntie does have a heart under all that cold, steel-blooded oh, me, bitch. And even that reminds her that, girl, I'm telling you, Tariq ain't the man for you. Okay, just leave it at that. Trust me on that one. Now, speaking of Zeke is working with Drew, trying to get Drew's strength up in his hand, you know, helping him shoot the basket. Drew doesn't seem to think that this is going to help at all, but what else does Zeke know besides basketball? While they there, though, Drew lets Zeke in on the secret that Auntie is planning on going with him when he's in the NBA and on the road, that we not staying here. We going to shut this business down. And now Zeke is feeling used. Like, what? Auntie's trying to leave? Yeah, you the ticket out, nigga. You didn't know that? Nope, Zeke did not know that. Zeke doesn't really know much. And so when he tells Zeke that, now he's feeling leery. And I was just like, damn, Drew, you didn't have to tell the boy all of that. Drew just doesn't want to have to deal with Zeke at all. But I guess that conversation with Drew made him decide to go and have a conversation with Milgram. You know, goes over to the house. Well, you know, I just was coming over to tell you that with everything going on and I'm going to the draft and everything, I think it's time for me, you know, to cut this off. And she was just like, oh, okay. Like, she been trying to cut this off for a long time, even though, you know, as soon as she get hot in the puss again, she probably be reaching out to you, Zeke. So, I mean, I wouldn't put too much stock in that. But, yeah, for now, they are broken up. He wishes her good luck and vice versa. And you know what? We gonna have to go. So, he goes outside and he looks up at the house. You know, he looked real sad, like I had to let my girl go. And he gets in the car and he leaves. And who's out there but Detective Important? So here you go busting in Milgram's house now. Okay. I said, Milgram, you really thought that you was about to hook up with this fool? Okay, why is Zeke in here? You know, who is he? Why is he here? What are you guys talking about? Excuse the fuck out of me. If you don't get out my damn house. He's still blaming her for the Jabari murder. She finally tells him that her alibi was that she was with Zeke the night that he was at her apartment the night that Jabari got killed. And he was just like, if I go and I'm going to go talk to Zeke, and if he give me a different story, then I'm arresting both of you. Motherfucker, get out my house. I was like, girl, you really got a bad radar if you thought that you two was about to hook up. I mean, you did. What made you think? That man ain't thinking about you, not like that. Even though I did feel like there was going to be something. I almost thought, you know, because of her sexual, you know, weaknesses and all, I thought maybe they was going to be in the heat of passion. Something tells me they still going to do something. There's still a little tension there, but I was just like, he don't like you the way that you thought he liked you, girl. And now that he knows that she has a sexual addiction, I'm sure he's going to use that to his advantage as well. Now, you guys, let's jump over to Effie. We see Effie in the bed with some Asian chick. Okay, look like they getting, I guess Effie is gay now. You know, they getting busy, kissing and whatever. We about to get down to it, and then there's a knock at the door. And it's Mel. Remember, Tariq put him in charge, right? So it's Mel. He's dropping off the drugs, and Effie's pissed because you laid, and now you messing up her getting a piece of ass. You know, the girl is irritated, and now it's just like the mood is messed up. But he does leave the drugs with Effie. So when he leaves, he's on his way back to the dorm, I presume, and he gets a call from Effie. If you don't bring your ass back here right now with this shit, okay? And he's texting Tariq, like, or calling Tariq and texting Tariq, like, meet me over here, and, you know, we need you and all of this. Now, Tariq is not answering the phone because he is with Kane trying to calm him down with all of the heat that's all over the campus. The police are being around and all this shit about Jabari. You know, Kane is still real skittish about it, and Tariq is still trying to tell him, calm down, calm down. Okay, he finally gets one of the text messages from Mel. It's like, oh, I gotta go. Okay, and again, Kane is just like, this shit better not be a problem. Back over there where Mel is. So Mel goes and meets up with Effie. Effie is in the parking lot or alleyway or something, mad with a customer who feels like they've sold her fake cocaine. Okay, she was like, that powdered sugar shit you tried to sell me, she ain't happy about that. Okay, Effie was like, well, I got it from him. And he was just like, wait a minute, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, we ain't never had no problems with the drugs and all that. Well, the lady don't give a fuck. All she knows, she gonna beat Effie's ass if she can, because she ain't got time to be out here doing no deals and getting some sugar instead of some cocaine. So they get into a fight. The bodyguard come out there, beat up Mel. You know, Effie and the girl get into a fight. We got all this shit. This is hazards. These are hazards of the position. Okay, sometimes you just got to get in a fight in the alley. So they go back to Effie's dorm, and while they're there, here comes Tariq. Tariq had talked Diane into giving him a ride to New Haven, which is where the school is that Effie is in, because, you know, he needed to get out there and help Mel and see what the deal was. So a knock at the door, and it's Tariq and Diane, and, you know, Effie is looking at her like, who are you? And Diane was just like, who are you? You know, we got a girl, we ain't got time to be, this ain't the time to be fighting over whose ding Tariq is, okay? What happened? Well, we got some fake drugs, okay? And Mel was like, well, I got that from Tariq. Tariq was like, we got that from Diane, and Diane's like, we don't sell fake shit, so she don't know what the hell this is about. Well, whatever it's about, we got some sugar, okay? And that's why we've been fighting in the damn alley. Well, now Diane got to go back and tell that mean ass auntie mama of hers that, you know, they done got on these drugs. So she takes the brick of sugar back to the house, and when she gets there, you know, Drew is looking at her like, oh, you bitch, you in trouble now, mama's up. And, you know, here go auntie, where have you been? And she was just like, I was with Tariq, and look, we were sold like fake drugs. And so then auntie cuts it open and tastes it, and she was just like, oh, that Rico got the last laugh, I guess. I guess it's good I killed his ass. But all she can do is laugh about it. Okay, that's a part of the game. Okay, we need to find a new distributor. And both Drew and Diane was like, oh, she's not mad about this? Like, what is this new mom? This new mom says she about to go to the NBA and she gonna leave all this shit behind. Even though I don't know how she thinks she gonna leave this behind. You got a man who is used to having his enterprise ran, and plans on going back to it, I guess, when he get out of jail. So yeah, you're not gonna just be able to go this easily. But anyway, she's just like, oh, hey, it's nothing. Let's just find us somebody else. Now Drew is outside, and Kane comes by the house, and I was like, Kane, this might be your lucky day. Okay, now in retrospect, I think he knew that, but of course we didn't know that right now. So I was like, okay, this might be your lucky day because your mama is in the good mood and maybe she will accept you back into the fold. Kane tells Drew and he wants to help him, all right? Because Drew is feeling down on his luck and all of that, so he takes him to the gun range, and Drew's like, I can't shoot with this hand, and he was like, look, you at the house, you need to be able to protect the family, mama, and everything. So we just gonna work on it until you get it under control. Okay, it's just a gun. You ain't weak. In the other hand, you just got to get it under control. So they shooting, and I guess Drew is gonna get better and better with that other hand. And that's when Drew tells Kane that they need another connect. Okay, so now the pieces are starting to fall into place, even though it didn't at the time when I was watching it, okay? But he tells Kane that we need another connect. So then Drew goes back and tells Auntie that, yeah, looks like Kane might be able to help us with our, our connect problem. Well, Auntie needs a connect, so maybe she's going to be more open to it. And then she hears that pesky, can you stand the rain again? She goes and looks out the window. It's an itsrox Z or, Z28 or whatever the hell it was. Camaro back in the day. Somebody driving down the street blasting that, and she just kind of has that look on her face like, that song, okay? And again, I'm thinking it reminds her of her husband. So when we see her with her husband, it's their anniversary, 20-something years, She's in the usual spot about to have sex with him in the prison, and she says she's sick of this shit. She want more, and he was just like, baby, you know what it is. This the game. Like, I wish I could be there for you all the time too, but I can't. Well, she's just mad. She ain't got no dick. Ramirez is dead. Kane did that. It's just, everything is fucked up. I don't have nothing to hold on to. All I got is air. Okay, I can't hold on to no air. I can't do it to air. She's sick of this mess. And he was just like, look, this is all on you. I mean, you can't even keep the family together. You mean all this is going on out there? I'm just telling you to keep the business going, and look at all the shit you're doing. It's time for Auntie to get this business back afloat. So, you know what? Auntie does what she got to do. She goes over to she goes over to Kane's house, the girlfriend. Why you guys just be showing up at the house? Okay, girl, go on somewhere. Okay, we ain't even got time to be talking to you. So, and she says, look, Drew told me that you said you can help. I just got to know that I can trust you. You can't lie to me or else you're not going to be protected. You got to stay away from Tariq. He is off limits. Okay. And Kane can agree to all of that. So, okay, good. Get your shit and come on. All right. Kane is coming back home. But before we see him at the home, we see actually Kane over at old boy's house. And now he's telling him like, hey, I got something for you. Okay. It seems that he's got a new distributor that they could work with. He switched out some drugs from this low-level drug dealer, in the neighborhood or whatever, and put sugar in there. And then they felt like they couldn't trust the distributor, I guess. And so now it looks like Auntie is willing to work with Kane's connect, okay, which would be this guy here. So I'm not sure if that's what he really did or if that's what if Auntie told him to do that. Like, I'm still not sure if they working together or not. Something tells me that this is something that Kane is doing on his own. And if he is lying to Auntie, then honey, God help you. Okay, because you already know how Auntie feel about that. The old boy was just like, so you stole from your family? He was like, no, I just kind of pushed them in the direction that they needed to go. And as long as don't nobody tell nobody, I guess Kane should be fine. And while all this is going on, Diane goes back to Effie's house. Effie was like, girl, I'm not fixing to get no fight about you and Tariq, okay? I don't want them. You can have them. And Diane was like, it's not about no damn Tariq. This is about business, okay? I see you going to school and you still doing this. Like, tell me how you do it. Teach me. And she was like, girl, your mama got you on a tight ass leash. And she was like, well, my mama ain't got to know nothing. And she was like, okay, girl, well, I mean, I'll tell you what you need to know, but it ain't gonna be easy. All right, you gotta be, are you even smart? Yeah, Diana's smart. Don't worry about that part. Just tell me how you maneuver all these things. And Diane got it from there. Tariq goes and tells Professor Milgram that Yasmin is going to be a part of the system. And, you know, she's a bleeding heart when it comes to Tariq. You know, she always wants to talk to him. But right when they're about to start that conversation, Tate rushes in. Hey, Milgram, I need to speak to you. And she was just like, I'm talking to a student. You know, okay, I know, but I need to talk to you right now. So she goes out to talk to Tate. And while she's out there talking to Tate about the police and all that shit, people being on campus, Tariq is in the room in her office. Okay, now this is the perfect time for him to plant that phone. If he's going to plant it, you know, even again, he's feeling bad because that's his last little connection to his mama. But didn't Kane tell you in the dream that you know what you need to do, nigga? Okay, let's hurry up with the quickness. All right, put the shit in the desk and let's go. Okay, now right when Tate tells Professor Milgram that the police was talking to Tariq, you know, I'm sure she knows that Tariq probably overheard that. So she's trying to hurry up and get back to Tariq. So, you know, she brushes off Tate. Right when she's going back in her office, Tariq comes rushing out. And she's like, are you okay, Tariq? And he's like, yeah, I gotta go. Okay, so I was like, okay, he left the phone, and that's that. At the same time, we see Auntie having dinner with Drew and Diane, and then here comes Kane. They was like, what is he doing here? And Drew was like, you know, Kane is gonna help us out. You know, he's helping us with the connect. And, you know, Auntie seems to be pleased that Kane is back and everything. But Diane is looking like, wait a minute. Now, when did you and him have that conversation about him helping you out? Before or after the whole connect situation came about? And Drew was like, he approached me first, you know. So now Diane, so she kind of has a feeling. So that's why I'm thinking that Auntie must not know. Auntie wasn't a part of this whole thing here. So, but Diane she's hip, okay? Smarter than y'all want to think that she is. Even Auntie didn't figure this one out. So now Diane calls Tariq and tells him, like, we got to be on it because we got a new connect and we gonna have these drugs and you're gonna have to be busy here at the campus. You know, everything's got to be right. You know, you got to have a spot for everything. Now we see Tariq. He's on the campus. He's in the quad. They having like fraternity, you know, on the line. There's a whole bunch going on. There's a big bonfire, and Tariq has that phone still. I said, Tariq, you did not fucking leave the phone. You did not leave the phone. Okay. Nope, he didn't leave the phone in there. I guess he couldn't find it in his heart to frame Milgram like that. So instead, he throws the phone and the SIM card into the fire, the bonfire. And then he sees Lauren, his classmate, and she was like, let's get out of here, you know. So she take him up to the top of this building, and he was like, wow, this is nice. Like, I didn't even know this was, you know, this was up here. And she's like, it's like her little private spot. And, you know, Lauren is always trying to get closer to Tariq. All right, that's always her number one goal. She wants her some Tariq. And Tariq, really, I think his heart lies with Diane, okay? But he still has some kind of draw, some pull to Lauren as well. Well, right when they get to kissing, then Diane, you know, she calls with the shit that I just told you. And she's telling them that they need a spot that the business is about to pick up. And so when he gets off the phone, he goes back over there to Lauren. She's like, I'm tired of playing second fiddle for this shit. Okay, I'm just leaving. All right, and, you know, even though Tariq tried to stop her, oh, well, business is business, you know. This is a perfect spot for his drugs. So he actually texts Diane back. He said, girl, I got the perfect place for my drugs. Don't you worry. Now, jumping back over to Davis, overly dedicated, tells him as he is looking wistfully at a picture of his brother who's in jail. You know, that's his ultimate goal, is to get his brother out of jail, that he doesn't want his brother to die in jail. And that's where overly dedicated is going to help him, even though overly dedicated doesn't know that yet. Anyway, overly dedicated tells him that Tariq is involved. His name is being thrown around in this murder situation too, and Professor Milgram. Okay, you remember Professor Milgram used to work at the DA's office. Okay, oh yeah, and overly dedicated is sleeping with one of the prosecutors. So that's why he knows all this information. Davis was like, oh really? Well, keep me posted. It lets us know that Davis and Milgram had some sort of something in the past. Did they tell us that last season? I couldn't remember if they did or didn't, honey. That damn Professor Milgram and Davis looked like they done been around quite a bit. And next thing we know, Davis is rushing off to Milgram's place and telling her that he wants to help her, you know, that he knows that she's the lead suspect in the whole thing. He wants to be able to help her, but of course Professor Milgram doesn't want it. we see Zeke having sex with some random white chick, and there's a knock at the door, and just the sound of the knock, I was like, oh, is this Detective Important? And bingo, it is Detective Important. Put your shoes on, put your clothes on, and come with me down to the station, demanding as usual, you know. And the white chick is like, you better not do anything to him. But the whole time she's videotaping it. So I'm sure that'll show up on social media soon. You trying to get into the NBA and you up here getting apprehended by the police and threatened and told to, you know, ordered to go to the station. This can't be good. And then lastly, you guys, the twist. Remember we kept on hearing, you can't stand the rain. Well, it turns out that, oh boy, who now we know his name is Dante, Auntie goes and meets him in front of Junior's. This is their old spot. And it turns out that they used to have some sort of relationship with each other. And the way that she's looking at him and the way he's looking at her. And I was like, girl, you got a type, because he looked like your husband almost. But anyway, the way they're looking at each other, you know that it was something strong there. Now, she can't go there, obviously. But I was like, girl, the way y'all was looking at each other, I'm ready for Auntie to get her some, because she's so uptight. She just need a man to hold on to. One that's free. You know, he wants to rekindle something clearly, and she says that she can't. And he says, okay, well, in case you change your mind. And he gives her a card, and she looks at the card, and then she walks off, but she kind of got that look on her face like, I was like, girl, what is that look? What's that look? Like, are you about to, what you about to do? What you gonna do, girl? What you gonna do? And he just looking after her like, oh, there goes the love of my life walking away. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna be here for Auntie in this one. There's something about, oh boy, he's sexy. Okay, Dante, we gonna see what you got. All right, you guys, let me get off of here. I gotta go and read about 200 pages for my book club meeting that I got. I gotta be finished with this book before 5, so going to get this edited. And well, actually, this probably won't be up until after the book meeting, but Love and Marriage Huntsville will be up before the meeting. It doesn't even matter at this point, you guys. Anyway, let me get off of here. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, Roxstars. Bye.